marketing, the basic things that you thought you know, but you don't know what you may be missing. So welcome to Unleash the Power of LinkedIn Events and ChatGPT, how to build a high-performance lead generation to double your sales or even 5x your sales. It's all possible depending on where you are today, obviously.
Me under fire. I love it. It's putting on point. And she makes me think about what is the end result, really, through what you're offering and be able to vocalize.
It's been massive for us.
I was able to get into conversations with the decision makers, with CEOs, with high-level people.
We booked about 50 calls within about 2 months.
I'm having a great response. It's been significantly more than I expected. My inbox is actually kind of overflowing right now.
Just in these 8 weeks, we already tripled our return on investment.
I have people who are ready to buy.
So if that's something you would like, hang in there. 50 sales calls in 2 months, people ready to buy, closing more sales. That's really, the opportunity that LinkedIn offers. My name is Shamaya. I'm a leadership consultant and I'm a LinkedIn strategist. So helping you using LinkedIn to become the leader in your industry. And this is a fear, just especially now, there's so much happening in the world. I don't know where you are in the world, but in most countries, people see prices going up and people are worried, can I still provide? It's the #1 fear. If you have your own company, if you're working for a boss, either way, when you can bring results, you can make sure that you can provide and that you don't have to worry. A lot of businesses will go out of business. 2024 is gonna be a rough year. You may think it looks all good, but the reality is a lot of governments are bankrupt. They're keeping it up and it looks like people are prospering. But just like somebody's dying, I don't know if you know, but like 24 hours before they have like a resurgent energy, that it's gonna get ugly. And that's why LinkedIn is so powerful. Really important to know who will benefit today. If you are a founder or CEO, if you have a team, like if you have a consulting company, software, other selling high ticket B2B, if you're eager to scale with LinkedIn and you're generating about 60,000 K or more, it's great for you. If you are not, if you're an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, like especially coaches, great for LinkedIn, especially if you're working B2B and doing high ticket. And that you already have clients. That's also important, so that you know that even if it's just a few people that got started, or it can be that you work for a company, you're in marketing and sales. I noticed there were a lot of people in business development that were joining us today. And a lot of companies are really not optimizing LinkedIn. They may be running ads, but not always getting the results. Let's see if this sounds familiar to you, and you can either put on the hand with the Zoom or maybe add in the chat. You have a profile, but maybe you don't know how to make LinkedIn work for your business. Anybody can relate to that? Anybody? By show of hands, Michelle, that's why you're here. Anybody else? Yeah, Anaïs, Will, cool, you're in the right place. If you have a lot of connections, I've seen people that have like 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 people. I talked to somebody who had 15,000 connections and he said, you know what, I have actually no idea how I can monetize it. It looks good, but how do I actually change this to generating income? Or you lack a system. You are active on LinkedIn for a while and then you're not, and then you actually don't really know, there's no consistency to it. Anybody can relate to that. Move a bit here. Anybody? Show of hands. Ryan, Anaïs, Joe? Anybody lacking a system so that you can actually consistently grow without spending a lot of time? Because it's fun, but it can also be very time consuming. All three, Michelle, totally can understand. That's where I was, that's where I built it. So today's solutions and gifts I'm going to share with you is how you can position yourself as the expert in the industry, how you can win new business in a changing marketplace, specifically with LinkedIn events, and how you can use ChatGPT to make that successful. That's where we're going to go into the power of LinkedIn events, how you can generate 100+ leads effortlessly every month. So it's great, it's good to post, it's good to have content, but the question is, does the content actually attract the right people? Content's always very good. This system will get you results as well, especially when you combine it with content. And I'm going to share with you the system. So you'll discover the system to monetize your network, allowing you to double your sales in 2024 and beyond. So if you're not able to meet, maybe some people are busy, you may not be able to stay till the end. I totally understand. If you're a busy founder, CEO, you need to leave early, you're already generating income with your business, and you really want to use LinkedIn to generate sales. The link is in the chat, so you can always book a call with me. And also for the people that stay to the end, as I said, it's so valuable. I don't want you to drop off in the beginning when we're laying the foundation. I'm going to make it extra exciting. We have a prize draw at the end for the people that engaging, interacting, because I love for you to be part of this. I'm going to give away the LinkedIn Event Challenge, the VIP seat, which I'll share more about later. And you'll receive 4 weeks of coaching personally on your own LinkedIn profile, helping you to grow the strategy and following up. That's what I'll give to the people at the end. We'll draw a lucky winner of the people that participate, are on video, and are really joining us. This is a valuable quote from Edward Deming. 94% of failure is the result of the system, not the people. So if you've tried LinkedIn, if you signed up for Sales Navigator and you were spending like what is, depending on the country you are, it's between $100, $120 a month, and you didn't get the results, don't feel bad. It's not you. You just lacked the system.
I've got business opportunities that are showing up from the LinkedIn things, but I've also got other areas of my career where things that have been blocked are opening up as well. And so it's even more than just a LinkedIn program. It's something that actually helps you get moving in all areas.
And this is also valuable to know. We're going to apply this to LinkedIn, but the principles work of every aspect of your business, because it will help you. Like LinkedIn is a tool, like it's like a brush, but just having a brush doesn't make you a painter. You have the tool, but how do you use it? And who do you have to become in order to get those results? Because in the end, and in the beginning, but also in the middle, it's all about relationships. It's building connections with people. So people understand that you can help them. They want to work with you. They want to learn from you. So these are the 3 key lessons we're going to discuss today. Define your uniqueness. What sets you apart? And how do you do that? Design your LinkedIn strategy so you get the results that you want. And how do you deploy the income formula? This is really exciting because it works 100% of the time. Number 1, define your uniqueness. Like if you are in the forest, like you're traveling and you're in Costa Rica, all the trees look the same. If you are a mortgage advisor, if you are a coach, a consultant, when people look at your profile, do they see just another consultant, or can they understand what makes you unique?
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Right yourself.
Maybe a bit choppy. I hope you could see it. What I wanted to share with you here is the incredible play of a 3-pointer in basketball where he scores all the way from the half circle or even beyond. Stephen Curry, for those of you who are not familiar with basketball, he's short, he can't jump very high. He got seriously injured and people wondered if he could ever play again at that kind of level. And yet he became one of the greatest 3-point shooters. What happened is because he was short, he couldn't compete with other basketball players that were way taller at the net. So what he did, he decided to step back and become really good and shooting 3-pointers by shooting 2,000 shoots per week. So the lesson that I want to bring out for this example is you need to find what makes you unique, whether it's with LinkedIn events or on your profile. For anything in your business, you need to find a unique added value and make sure that it communicates in your profile so that you stand out from the crowd as an expert, so you convey trust and credibility. You grow your network because people want to connect with the expert, of course, attract quality prospects, and allows you to generate sales with LinkedIn. Here are a few examples of strong LinkedIn profiles. When you come here, you can immediately see if you want to become an author, increase your credibility and help others, Svenja is a great person to connect with. If your profile looks like this, like I don't know, he's the CEO and he's the founder at Navi Studios, but what's Navi Studios? Is he a photographer? Is he like graphic designer? What kind of company is this? And as you can see, profiles like this get a way lower acceptance rate because people feel like, yeah, I don't really know who you are, what you do. Yet, if you make it clear, as you can see here, he takes your software products to the next level. He provides high quality and scalable software and product solutions in less time with better functionality. So if you have a software product that needs development and he messages you, immediately can see, oh, this could be an interesting resource for me. And we have a fabulous tool. I will share with you more about that, which I mentioned, one of the systems is that we can actually track. Because if you send connection requests, how do you know if it's performing or not? Like an average would be 15 to 20, you're doing okay. In this case, by updating his profile, Ivan got connected out of all requests sent, 53%. As you can see, after that, we sent thank you for connecting. And not all the people respond right away. You can see it's only 2.7% that respond. Where if we send follow-up messages, as you can see here, 47.3% respond as well. So having a system in place is key. I think that one of the most important lessons for people to understand is they underestimate the amount of effort. If you send 100 connection requests, not all 100 people likely are going to accept you. As I said, 15% is average. So if you only send 10 connection requests a week, you're not going to grow very fast. And you need to be able, ideally, to have a system to track it. And here are some stats that show the opportunity that LinkedIn has, which 69% of sellers say they are committed to expanding their LinkedIn network. Okay, that was into 2021. So your competitors are growing. LinkedIn is an expanding platform. There are almost 1 billion users right now. And here is what's really cool, as I'm going to go with you. She also says, once you show someone how their LinkedIn profile can become a sales tool that's working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, attracting customers, you just need to get them started. So that's what I would love for you today, to see how I can get you started in actually making that happen. And 79% of buyers are more likely to consider a brand if their salesperson has an informative LinkedIn profile. So make sure, if nothing else from this workshop, make sure that you update your profile, that you have a good header, a good headline that explains what makes you unique. So how do we do that using ChatGPT? Well, let's define first your buyer persona. By a show of hands, I just want to see, were you able to, are you using ChatGPT? Are you able to log in? Yeah, okay. I just want to see by show of hands, is there anybody that not? Then you can definitely start by downloading. Okay, Esther, cool. Thank you very much. And by show of hands, can you tell me how many of you were able to download? You have an account but don't use it. Well, we're going to change that today, Michelle. Google Bart is also great, Chris. I've been looking into some research. Today's training was on ChatGPT because that's what I promised. So I have to use ChatGPT. I can't just switch. I was not able to set up an account for Veronica. Send me a message, Veronica, and then, but actually you should be able. If not, you should try it again. Sometimes it's a bit busy. You get error messages, Cindy. Yeah, I know that sometimes happen. They had some issues with, there were so many people that wanted to join. You can try Bart, as he mentioned, from Google as an alternative. The chat went really fast. Somebody sent me a private message. You can send it again because I didn't see your message. I'm just looking. What about Jasper? Also great. It's just a bit more expensive. Using ChatGPT. Okay, did you all get the download for the worksheet? If not, please put it in. You can download it from the chat. Download your worksheet. That would be great. I'm just going to take one moment to make sure I'm using it, the paid version. Yeah, Joseph, it's cool. What you can do with the buyer persona, you can save that as your profile if you haven't done that yet. And then everything that you write will be for that group. So just, oh, 1 second, my computer is a little bit slow. So if you go to the, I do apologize, guys. I was supposed to update the worksheet. I made some changes, but I noticed accidentally it's still going to the wrong version. But don't worry, it's there, and I'll email you the updated version to make it a bit easier for you to follow, okay? I need to move my screen here. Just want to show you. So here is the prompt that you use for a buyer persona, because with the buyer persona, you get a much better picture of who you are working with. No, that's not the right screen. No, what happened? 1 second. If you open ChatGPT, I have some issues with the speed of my computer. So unfortunately, I will not be able to do a demo today. What I will do is I'll create a video and then I can send you the demo so you can still watch it at your own time. So I won't slow you down too much. If you go to the prompt, it's not on the top one. As I said, it's a little bit different order because I changed the sequence of the slides. But if you go to the one that says buyer persona, first of all, if you get the Google Doc, you make a copy of it, so then you can edit it. So obviously you can't copy the main document. Come on, Google, please. I had the document open and it disappeared. So what you do is you copy it, and then if you take the prompt, what's in blue, you put there your own company. So you can see in the worksheet, it says business coach, which is me, but if that's not you, you put there what you do. You can't see the slide, yeah. You can't see the slide, Bailey, or you can't say you can't see my worksheet. Oh, thank you, Lene, that's really nice of you. I've been talking to my computer the whole last hour. I don't know why. Or it's the internet, I'm not sure, but thank you for bearing with me. And as I said, I'll just send you a quick video. Here it explains what it is. I hope you can see the chat now. We can now see the worksheet. Thank you, Veronica, that is awesome. If you go here, it's a little bit down, buyer persona prompt. So first make a copy. As you see, I made a copy here. And then where it says business coach, you can say what you do. So maybe one of you, Veronica, what is it that you do? What would you like to know the buyer persona from, or somebody else? Yes, I will, Bailey. We'll make sure that you get that. Okay, as you see, it goes very fast, slow the typing. I'm not going to do this in ChatGPT because it's going to take too long, but she's the CEO from event management companies. Cool, Bailey, I appreciate that. So you would put that here for an event management company, and then your business target, and then you copy all of this whole prompt with all these codes and everything all the way here. Oh, no. Okay, all the way to the end of the prompt, and then you copy that into ChatGPT. So all the way up to here. And if you do that, it will give you an overview and gives you insight in your buyer persona, what pains they have, what dreams they have, what challenges. And that will allow you to look and say, how can I solve this in a very unique way? What can I do in a different way? And I think I mentioned something here. Oh, sorry. Here is what the prompt is. So where is the prompt? What we give is we have a question or instruction that you give, which we just showed you. The more specific and accurate your prompt is, the better your result. It's like asking your husband to go to the store and get you something to eat. He can come back with a bag of potato chips. But if you say, hey, I want a healthy meal, he may get you a salad. But if you give him a shopping list, you'll make sure that you get what you want, that you want to have for dinner that day. So ChatGPT needs clear instructions. I've had some people that said, well, the answers are very generic and I don't like it so much. Yeah, you need to include the role, the context, the writing style, the brand tone, and the voice, so you get better responses. You can imagine if you're a professor and it has to be academic, it's a very different writing style than if you are messaging teenagers. For example, just for fun, if next time when you do it, ask ChatGPT and say, make it playful and fun. As you notice, if you opened, which I do hope you did, my emails, I have a much more playful writing style because I like having fun and I like people to join and I like to work with people having fun. Just makes it, just makes it nicer. Watch out for hallucinations. Yeah, can you repeat that? I'm not sure what that is, Bailey. But I think that you mean including the role. So you can say you are a copywriter. You could even say if it's big names, like for example, Mike Dillard is a great copywriter. Sometimes say, okay, you are Mike Dillard, write for me like a powerful headline. So he will kind of find the headline and the writing style of somebody like Mike Dillard. So you can give him a role. You can also say you're a researcher or you are a professor. Depending on the role that you assign it, it will give you a different writing style. So if you want to use it for your profile, giving it the style and a little bit about your background, the context, your brand tone and voice, it will be able to give you much better responses. What are the prompts to use, Deborah? There are different examples. Let me make a note of that, and then give you a few more specifics. But in, like, for example, the writing style can be academical, it can be fun, playful, it can be serious, it can be a sales style, whatever you feel that describes it. There are examples, as I said. Let me see if I can show you quickly. Let's see if the internet is working okay with ChatGPT. There is also another tool, it's called AI RPM. It's a free tool, you can also pay for it, and there you can have more writing styles. Yeah, in ChatGPT, it's only the paid version. On the bottom, you can see the writing style and the tone. Like the tone there is emotional, you need to upgrade, and you can have more writing styles and options. Yes, exactly. You can also make it witty, instructional, exactly, educational, sales, but not. One of the things I usually tell chat, do not make it sound like corporate, because I don't like that style. It's way too official and way too stuck for me. Yeah, that's true, Eric. You can also, that's great. Thanks for the tip. I forgot to mention, you can look at a web page that has examples of your writing and to use that as a writing example. That is great. Thank you. I am looking at the chat over here. It just goes a bit fast. So if I didn't answer, you can definitely put it in again if it's something important. So here you can do using the chat for the buyer personas I just gave you, and then use it to also find more in depth, like the pain points, the dreams. And then by adding a little more about yourself, you can tell it to write your LinkedIn profile for you, starting with the header, the headline. The headline and your background cover are the first thing that people see, as I showed you in the examples, and that really sets the tone and makes people want to connect with you. As I said, just to make up, it's just too slow for me to do a demo right now, but I will send you a few, I'll send you a few short videos, so keep an eye on your email. I'll send you a few videos that have examples of that. Okay, so here you can see how we applied it. Janelle Karras, it says here a better way to buy and sell real estate. But in reality, you would think she's a real estate agent or a broker. Well, in reality, what she does, she helps realtors generate more revenue. She offers luxury property auctions, highest price, fastest close. Again, if you come here as a realtor, you think, wow, she's a competitor, not interested. But if you come here, you can say, oh, wow, actually, I would like to generate more revenue. So make sure that especially the background cover and the header explain who you are and how you can help. What makes you unique? So the first step is, you say, this is kind of a funny, would be kind of my buyer persona, somebody that's professional, but also a little crazy and fun. How can you validate their dreams? And again, use ChatGPT to say, okay, Claire, help me see what are the dreams and how can you then apply it? Michael, I'm sorry, you have a hard time hearing me. Yeah, we will, if there will be a recording, we will make sure to send it to you. If you can please put your name and your email, Michael, into everybody, because if you send it to me privately, my team won't be able to see it. So then they can't track to make sure that we get you the videos and the recording. This is really important in any marketing you do. People have a dream, they want to achieve something. Like you're here today because you have a vision for your life. You want to share that what you want to bring to the world, and you want to reach people with it. You want to generate income for your family, to travel, to take care of your kids, you know, whatever it is. If you can find out what that is for people and help them. And the other thing is, I think we all had times in life that things didn't work out, and it's always difficult. And if you work with somebody that understands that, you know, it's really not your fault, you didn't have the knowledge, you didn't have the systems, because really you are perfect, and anything that's not perfect is not you. So if you can show that and build that relationship with your prospects and help them understand, like, it's okay. If you failed in the past, it's not our problem. I can show you. As I mentioned, if you use Sales Navigator and you didn't make any money and we're just spending 100, 120 bucks every month, I understand, because nobody showed you how to actually use Sales Navigator. and you're missing the system that actually you can reach out to all those leads that Sales Navigator shows you. And how can you calm their fears, especially now? People are worried. I don't know about you, but these last few years, things have really changed. The society is, with whether it's what COVID or the economy, or how can you calm their fears and help them to know that, it's gonna be okay. If you can bring that across to people, it will be so valuable, and people will be willing to work with you. They're willing to learn from you, and they'd be happy to pay because this is what they want and this is what they need. Here are the prompts on the LinkedIn profile. You can ask help for the headline. And you can also ask for the profile copy for the profile cover. There's another very good AI tool that can make visuals, so it can even help you design. For now, just for the first stage, I would just use Canva. There's enough templates there to find something that's in style with your brand. Just make it look nice. The about section, that's also very important. It's a trick to make it where the about section is not about you, but how you can help. It's actually an undercover sales page. That's good to keep in mind. And the same with the experience section. Don't tell people where you work and what you've done. Tell them, you know what, I've worked in this place, and what I've learned, this is what I did for people, and I can do the same for you. So how does your experience apply to them? Get commendations that show how you really change lives. Again, it builds trust. And having a strong profile is the first step. I should mention, it's the core of everything, because the LinkedIn events, people are going to look, who is the person hosting the event? If you send connection requests, they'll only see who are you, and you can only make a first expression once. So having your LinkedIn profile is the foundation of everything. And the LinkedIn profile that positions you as somebody that can help.
Working with Shemaya and being able to have her expertise in building my profile was super helpful. I had what I thought was a pretty good profile, and I actually do think it was a decent profile. But the difference when I was able to run things by Shemaya and we worked together to craft something that really communicated the message that I wanted to communicate made a significant difference. I could really tell that when people, obviously I reach out to somebody, they're going to look at my profile. I was getting a whole lot more interest and a lot more communication back. I feel like I was able to more clearly communicate exactly how we could help the client, our ideal client, and therefore our ideal client was reaching back. So that was very beneficial.
That was just to let you know that it really works. I didn't make it up. Number 2, design your LinkedIn event strategy. And for those of you who came on late, or don't worry, it's good. You can add. I see people adding their email in the link. That's okay. We'll get you the videos of the recording. I also wanted to share with you that if you have to leave early or you came on late, if you're ready in a place to scale your business and you're already making about 60,000 a year, you can also book a LinkedIn strategy session with me, so I can kind of give you up to date and kind of see how we potentially may be able to work together. And if you stay to the end, for those people that joined, we are giving away a prize, which is the LinkedIn Event Challenge, VIPC, plus 4 weeks of coaching with me. So hang on, it's going to get better as we continue. There was a survey done of 50,000 entrepreneurs. They were in small business owners, B2B software and consulting companies specifically, and they were asked, what's your biggest sales challenges? Anybody can guess? Anybody you can relate to these sales challenges? 81% said not enough leads to support sales growth. Anybody can relate? Who of you would like to have more leads to grow sales? Anybody? Only 2 people? Yes, Sherry, Michelle. Nasir, Nino, you don't want to have more leads. Yes, more hands coming up. Linnae, I hope I pronounced your name right. It's so pretty. Very cool. Okay, good. And that's what we're going to talk about. And 85% didn't have a scalable lead generation system in place. You need a system. That makes all the difference. The survey was done by the Image and Growth Institute, just so you know. And that's where we come in, the power of LinkedIn events. Build your brand, share your knowledge, Generate 100+ leads effortlessly. So yes, it's true. People get busy. That's why I'm so excited to have you here with me live and take out the time, because I do love the interaction and I definitely value that. But not everybody's, things come up, life happens. Some came on late, some have to drop off early. But still, I still have your email, I have your number, I have your LinkedIn profile. So we still following up with people. I've had people that, I closed and they never attended the event, but they showed up their hands. Like, you have people telling you, hey, I'm interested in that, what you offer. Thank you so much. Deborah, we can definitely explore that. I haven't done it yet with nonprofit. I actually have somebody that's starting with that. She's joining my LinkedIn profile workshop tomorrow, and she decides she has a system that she uses. You need to find a way how to make it interesting for people to engage if you want to do it for a nonprofit. Quick question. How many LinkedIn connections do you have? You can put it into chat. I'm just curious to see. 2,100, just to get an idea. 2,800, 4,000, that's amazing. 4,500, about 3,500, 1,200, 5. That's good you're here. You're starting out. That's awesome. Make sure you send your 100 connection requests a week. 237, okay, growing. Lots of opportunity for growth. There, 7,000. That's amazing, James. So James, when is the last time they heard from you? When did you actually message your people, your connections, to let them know? And for those of you that are growing, are you daily growing your network? And do you have a system to follow up? As I showed you earlier, it's great that you have 8,000 connections, but if you don't follow up, it doesn't work. And if you send connection requests, but you say thank you and they never hear from you again, it's not really going to help you. Yes, Caroline, that's the maximum that LinkedIn allows you. We have a system where we can actually double that number, so you can grow your network twice as fast, but about 200 a week. You can have a little bit more if your acceptance rate is good, a little bit less if you're new, or you have a lot of people rejecting your connection request. And the question is, are you generating link leads consistently? That's what we did for Luke. Luke, so he is the founder of Abundant Grow, and we worked with him. He offers fertilizers, and you can see, I mean, it's a very specific niche industry. He works with golf courses and farmers. That here you can see the leads that he's been generating from his LinkedIn event. As you can see, this is likely not something most of us would be interested in, transforming plant health with minosalicylic acid, calcium, and boron, but there is a market for it. That's what he does. And these people are on LinkedIn, just like your people are. Here is the example with Janelle. She also did an event for realtors. She generated 455 realtors said, hey, I'm interested in what you have to offer. Tell me more about your auctions. So here are the prompts. Again, I'll send you the video because I made a mistake with the worksheet. Use again your buyer persona. If you use the same chat, it will be there. Or if you start a new chat, start with that buyer persona chat, and then ask ChatGPT, give me ideas for LinkedIn event titles. And what's great, if you use a keyword that's powerful, like in this case, LinkedIn events or LinkedIn, you can see after a while, you get a lot of organic people searching for what you have to offer. In the beginning, we do a lot of outflow to invite people, but after a while, you create momentum and then it will really grow. And the LinkedIn event description, so you invite people to come and join you. Then, of course, you want to have an event where people are really excited and get the results.
You mentioned the 135%. There's 135% conversions from one webinar. So thank you, Shemaya. You are amazing. You actually get to the fundamentals of an issue extremely quickly, and that just delivers, it just works. Thank you so much.
I hope you could hear, because the sound was not so great, but basically you say it works, which is great. We'll go over quantity over quality. Which one, quality or quantity, is better? We'll go into that shortly, actually, which is the income formula. And again, if you have to leave early and you would like to book a LinkedIn strategy call, you already have a successful business, please click the link and we can book a call. And if you stay to the end, we have the super cool prize we're gonna give away. Again, if you message me, remember that I can't, we can't share it with the team if you send it private to me. So please send it to everybody. Then my team can respond as well. Also note, I forgot to mention, but I thought it kind of makes sense. This is not a networking event. Then it's not for you to promote. Like, let's just be real and honest here, like fair. I mean, we did a lot of work to get you all to show up. Then it's not cool that you go promote and kind of try to steal the people that come here to learn about LinkedIn and distract them. So please don't do that. Not cool. If you, deploy the income formula, because once you deploy the income formula, you know, you have the income, you can travel, explore the world. This is Franschhoek in South Africa. It's beautiful. If you ever have the chance to come to South Africa, I've traveled to 28 countries. I lived in 8, but there's nothing like Cape Town and the Western Cape. So I highly recommend it. So then look at what is the income formula and how can you apply it with LinkedIn events and beyond. The formula is as follows: communication out plus intention equals communication in, which equals income. And income can be anything that you want. It can be money, love, friendships, kisses, whatever. Just think about it. If you send 100 or you send 10 friends a text message, obviously if you send communication out, you will get communication back in. And that is the key. I mentioned it before. LinkedIn, you really need to understand the scale and what it takes. If you send 10 messages to connect a week, it's not really going to create momentum for you, because if 15%, even if 20% accepted, you got 2 new connections a week. If one of them responds, I mean, I don't know about you, but most people will not be able to survive of that 1 lead a week. You really need to max out the opportunity that you have. How can you apply this with LinkedIn? Okay, I was going to put it in the chat. I would like to see who says you start with quantity, if you agree with me, and who says you start with quality. Who thinks it's more important to take an hour and to write like the perfect message to send to 3 people, or who says it's more important, it's more valuable to use the same hour and send 300 messages? Quantity or quality? What's more important? Both? Yeah, that's true. And recording, quality, quantity. Okay, cool, Effie. I start with quantity. Joseph, yes, I like it. Caroline, quality, quantity, quality. Okay, start with quantity, then convert to quality. Wow, Andrew, you read my slide. You are so smart. Quality, more is better. Totally agree. Quality. It's really interesting to see. I will confess, I also always wanted to start with quality, because I thought, no, but if I message Jennifer, then she needs to understand. This is very, you know, it needs to be personal. I want to read Michelle's profile or Adrian's profile before I message him and like make it really custom. But look at it from a practical perspective. As I said, if you send 100 connection requests a week, if 15% accepted, you got 50 new people in your network. If you only send 10 connection requests and it's the perfect one, even if 30% accepted, you only have 3 new connections. And just statistically, if you have a good acceptance rate, it's about 15 to 20. Response rate of new connections, about 15 to 20. So really, if you can start with quantity, you will see that the right people will respond to you, because more people will know about you. And then over time, you improve the quality. Because if you send that many messages out, you will see that which ones are working and which ones are not working. They actually did a research, which is very cool, where they had 2 groups and they were supposed to make those like those clay vases. And the one group was told, make the perfect vase, like the one, you know, the one that there's a name for it that you make around. And the other group was told, just make as many as you can. So at the end of the 2-day project, the one group had made so many vases that at the end, theirs were much better than the other group that was trying to make the perfect vase. So the more you do something, obviously, the better you get. So start with more messages first, and then see which gets you the best response. Be genuinely willing to help. Write as if you're talking to a good friend, please. I know how many of you got those messages, like those whole essays about with sales, and nobody likes those. So please don't do that to others. Just make it short to the point. And you can see here on InMail, Shorter emails get above average response rate. So you can see that if you have more than 1,400 characters, it's less than 18% on average. Where if you keep it short, like 200 to 400, it has 16% more than average response rate. This test was done. This was the numbers from LinkedIn for InMail because they measure it more. Obviously, it's a paid service, but it applies also to your regular messages. So here's, like, as I mentioned, this is the foundation. But the problem is, and tell me if you can relate or if I'm incorrect, you may be missing the knowledge on how to actually use LinkedIn. And you don't have the time to figure it out, or if you do, to do the work and actually to send 100 connection requests every week, follow up, thank you, follow up 3 days later if they don't respond, invite them to your event. You lack the right strategies and processes, and it's costing you a lot of sales. Here is another example of what you can do. Supercharge your productivity, get rid of brain fog and fatigue. As you can also see with these LinkedIn events, it's very different topics. It can be, whatever, because there's like almost 1 billion people. I'm sure there's people that are interested in what you have to offer if it's valuable and solves the problem. He generated the lead, 625 attendees. So here you would get, we exported into a Google Doc, Google tracking sheet. Like, what is it? How would it change your business if you have every week people just letting you know, hey, I'm interested in productivity and you are a productivity coach? Wouldn't that be awesome? That you actually have a system that every time people letting you know. And you would have a LinkedIn lead generation system in place. How many of you would think it's pretty cool if you have a system that people can just sign up and tell you, hey, I'm interested in what you offer? Put it in the chat. I would like to see how many of you would like that. It would be great. Yes, please. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. Yes, yes, yes. First, I'd like to invite you to come with me to Maastricht, and the oldest city in the Netherlands. And I'd like to promise, sorry, my slide went too fast. Oh, no. Yeah, permission to refuel. Okay, was a little bit messed up, but okay. I'd like to share with you, as I mentioned, the system that allowed me to spend time with my 4 amazing sisters and my dad. He had not been part of my life, just a combination of things for over 20 years. And then he wanted to actually spend time together. So I would like to see if I have, by show of hands, do I have permission to show with you the system that allowed me to help people and allowed me also the freedom and the income to travel and fly to Amsterdam when my dad wanted to have that family vacation with us. Because little did I know, this was the last time that I would see him. A few months later, he woke up and he was throwing up blood. They rushed him to the hospital, but it was too late. And a few months later, he was gone. And they called me when I was in the hospital, but I live in Cape Town. It's an 11-hour flight. By the time I could have made it out there, he was no longer there. And so I was just so grateful that I had that opportunity to be there with him and to have those systems in place that even when I'm away, I'm still generating leads for my business. Oh, thank you, Anais. Thank you, Sherry. It is cool. I have really 4 amazing sisters, and yeah, it was very special. It's one of the things that's not so fun to be far away, but I would love to share the system with you. So by show of hand, yes, in the chat, or by show of hand, I would love to see that. Thank you very much. Michelle, Chris, do we have a yes? Nasir, Michelle, I don't see all the hands. Ryan, do we have a by show of hands? I would love to share with you. Okay, because in those moments, and thank you, because I'd love to share it, because in those moments, we're really reminded on how precious life is. When you realize that spending time with family, with friends, with people you love is what really matters, and making a difference by helping others. It was makes life worth living. And at the same time, you need the income, you need to generate money to have that freedom, to create the time, to be able to do all those cool things in life. So let me introduce to you to my high performance LinkedIn lead generation machine. This gives you the overview. It's not obviously the exact machine, but what are we going to do? We have systems in place that get people from different streams, and I'll go into that. I'll show you specifically what these are to get LinkedIn invitations to your LinkedIn event. That's the first thing we do. LinkedIn allows you to send 1,000 invitations a week. So if you have a good network, it's a good start, but we'll also send messages to people that are not in your network, messages that are in your network, but personal messages, so that they can register first, because that's where we generate the leads. Then we have a system in place to make sure people show up, like you are here with us today, because we followed up, we sent you the Zoom link, you got emails, those you should have gotten some text messages, the whole system. And then from there, I would love to get on a call with you. So you could book 8 to 10 calls per week, grow your database, or generate sales directly. I've also had a client, he would just book consultations, paid consultations. The doctor I mentioned earlier, Dr. Chris, he would just make sales from his LinkedIn events directly, which result in new clients. Also, don't underestimate when you become the expert in your industry, existing clients will buy more from you. They will want to buy from you. Luke told me that he was following up with suppliers and they had seen his LinkedIn events coming by and they decided to order with him again instead of his competitor while they had not ordered for a while. So that does happen. So if you would like to book a LinkedIn strategy call to apply, if you're a busy founder, you need to leave early. As I mentioned, you can book a call with me. If there's no times available, just put in the chat that you want to make an appointment, and give me your email and phone number, and I'll catch up with you, because I do realize that I'm pretty booked for the next week, but we can make it work. And here, before I go into the difference of the whole system, we would like to reveal the winner of the LinkedIn Event Challenge and the 4 weeks of coaching, which is a value of $1,200. Kyra, I need to see, who did you qualify to win this amazing prize? PowerPoint and recording. I usually don't give the PowerPoint, but I look into it, Lisa. I usually have a video that you can see. Kyra, okay. See who we have. She has selected. Okay, Kyra, I need more. Sorry, guys. I need to see, who do we have on that is still with us today? And thank you everybody for sharing. I'm going to go more into deep in this LinkedIn lead generation machine. So hang on. Kyra, I don't understand what you're saying here. I don't understand your last message. So tell me, like, what am I doing? Who is the winner? Oh, okay. She said that the winner just dropped off. Okay. Veronica said to me, what's the presenter's website? I will come back with you, Bailey. Actually, Scott Kolb. Scott Kolb, are you still with us? Scott, are you with us? We would love to give you the prize. And thank you for staying with us. I don't see Scott, but I'm sure he's still with us. I'm just going to continue, but I can be the new winner. Jealous. Welcome, Scott. We're all winners. That's true, Henry. I love how you think. I will show you how that's also possible. I'll go into more to it. But thank you, Kyra. And well done, Scott. You are the winner of today's prize. Okay, now let's talk about your own high-performance LinkedIn lead generation machine. Invitations, event, and then converting them into sales calls, database. Obviously, you can follow up emails, calls, new clients, existing clients. What you're going to do is you're going to invite targeted connections. So in Sales Navigator, but even in the free version, you just have less options. You select people in your network that you want to work with. In this case, I want to work with owners, CEOs, CXOs that have more than 3 years experience, so they're not starting out. You can also laser target new connections. Using Sales Navigator, there's things you need to do is you need to check the people. Now we have the 2,000 leads. Now what you need is now send them invitations. Connection request with an invitation. And I can show you, as I said, you can do it all manually. It's not the problem. It can be done. It's just, I'd like to show you how to do it easier. You can also invite group members. So if you join a group for Janelle's LinkedIn event where she's targeting realtors, we would join other groups. This group has 49,000 members, and you can message all these people and let them know, hey, would you be interested in growing your revenue? These are really great ways to get in front of the people that you already know, like they may be interested, they're a good niche for you. And you can also select. So in this case, you can go to the group and message everybody, or you can select and say, I just want the people that are in Canada because I only work with Canadian realtors. It's all possible. You can also, this is a bit tricky. And sometimes I actually have people targeting me to do their LinkedIn marketing, which I think is very funny. But you can target events of competitors and influencers. If you join, you can see they're doing AI tools, future of marketing. If I wanted to, I could reach out to their attendees and tell them, hey, I'm doing a training on LinkedIn events and ChatGPT. Is that something you'd be interested in? So those are all the ways that you can get people to register for your event. You can also do post retargeting. So you go to posts that are relevant to your topic or people that are like influencers in your industry, and then target all these people. As you can see, this guy is really great. He has amazing content. He has 423 likes and comments. If you look at the people and then based on their headline, you can say, okay, this would be a good prospect for me as well. At the same time, this also shows, just going back to your LinkedIn profile, how important it is, because people see this about you. If it just says founder CEO, you won't connect with anybody. But if I go through this, sometimes I say, oh, that's interesting. He's actually empowering business success from within. Oh, I should connect with him. He also is a writer and podcast contributor. Oh, maybe he can be on my podcast. And this is the system that we use. It's a tool that allows you to, instead of you going one by one, you can have connector campaigns, you can have messenger campaigns where it just sends messages for you, which makes a big difference. You can send open email messages, which are, if you have Sales Navigator, the paid version, and the other person has also Sales Navigator, you can send another 800 messages to people you're not connected to. So it's a really great way. And as you can see, it sends a message first, and then you can set it up. If they don't answer after the week, you can say, hey, just checking in, how are you doing? And then following up. And here you can see that, again, starting with the quantity, if you can send 182 messages per day, how will that impact your results? How many people, like, not everybody will be interested, but if you send it to 10, chances are less than if you send it to 182. Obviously, already people that are pre-selected. So let's see how we can build your own high-performance LinkedIn lead generation machine. Oh, yeah, sorry, that was the other part. Forgot to hear. Yes, so here we had the part where we invite people to come, so they register. Then you need to make sure that they show up. That's what I wanted to show you here, which is a different system that we set up, an automation system, which, if I'm correct, you receive the email saying, hey, it's coming up in a week, it's coming up in 3 days, depending on when you signed up. Maybe you just got the one saying 15 minutes before, like we're going live. That really helps. It made a huge difference with the show up rate. So you already know LinkedIn is a goldmine. I don't have to tell you. In over 930 million members in over 200 countries, and more than 194 million users just in the US alone. It really is the #1 platform for business, more than it used to be just for jobs. But the problem is, these numbers mean nothing to your bank account if you don't know how to find, connect with, and build relationships with your potential prospects on LinkedIn. You see, if there's almost 1 billion people, chances are, statistically, they are there if you're doing business to business. The question is, how can you get in front with them? So we don't want to spam people with long sales pitches. Even though I said quantity is more important than quality, we want it to be genuine and personal. So instead we use what I call magnetic relationship building. It's more effective and more fun. So what if I show you my secret formula to transform your profile into a lead generation machine? How you can host your own revenue generating LinkedIn event, and using that great tool to double your sales in 2024. So I'd love to invite you, if you're ready to scale and you already have an existing business, as I mentioned, you have a proven product or service, you're willing to invest time and money to build your own LinkedIn lead generation machine, let's book a strategy call, see how we can work together. If you're not in that place yet, you're still growing, you're building, but you know you're committed to grow sales, you really want to double your sales. You have happy clients, so you have a product or a service that actually brings results. It's improving lives, and you can show it works. It's high end. If you're selling soaps, LinkedIn is not the ideal platform for you, unless of course you're selling soaps like to restaurants or to retailers or in big quantities. If you're excited to learn how to launch your own revenue generating LinkedIn event, I would love to help you. That's just why I organized this challenge. One of the things I've noticed, I've been doing these events and there's a lot of people joining and they love it. But then when I follow up, I realize very few people actually take action, because once you get to it yourself, there is much more than you realize. And you think, oh, where do I start again? Or life just get busy. So I'd like to invite you to join me on this challenge. It's 5 days, 1 hour a day for the training. And then the VIP have another 30 minutes where you can ask questions and we can interact and we can help you really set things up so you actually get it done. Because I'm sure it's not the first time that you think, you know what, I need to learn about LinkedIn. I need to do something. I need to grow my business. Why don't we just get it done together? It's much more fun and much more easy. That's why it's great. If you go to the gym, you have a trainer, you make sure that you show up. So in 5 days, I will show you in just 1 hour a day to build your own high performance LinkedIn lead generation machine. All the steps in, like, how do you create the event? How do you invite people? How do you turn your connections into sales conversation? How you can mine the goals from your LinkedIn network. As I mentioned, I have people that have 5,000, 10,000, 12,000, even 30,000 people in the network. But if they never heard from you, I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't help you. So how you can do that? And how can you have fun growing sales? So I'd love to invite you to my LinkedIn event, Success 5-Day Challenge. Day 1, we'll go into magnetic relationships and lead generation. Day 2, I'll teach you the 5 pillars of your successful LinkedIn event. Day 3, we're actually setting up a smashing LinkedIn event that will help you generate leads and sales. Day 4, the success formula to fill your LinkedIn event, which again, I touched on it before, so you don't have to join. But the thing is, are you actually getting it done? And how much more fun when we do it together. And number 5, close sales, build alliances and celebrate. This really is key. If you don't, well, whether you have a lot of a big network or not, if you know how to build alliances, you can grow much faster. So I would like to invite you, you can go to the landing page, leadershipmasteryint.com/challenge. It also is in the chat. And I invite you for 5 short days to learn my exact system to turn your LinkedIn profile into a lead generation machine and host your first revenue generating LinkedIn event. There's 2 functions. You can just join the 5 days. I wanted to make it affordable for everybody, especially as we have people from all over the world. And in some countries, you know, $200-300 is a lot of money. So it's affordable. It's yeah, doable. I mean, what do you get for $29? I think you can get 3 Starbucks coffee or so in the US at the moment. But what I really would like to do is, how much would you invest to double sales in 2024? If you're making 30,000, you would double it. It would be worth 20,000, would not? But that would not be for the VIP program to join. If you would pay $14,997, have a system, build a machine, and then year after year, you always keep growing, you keep improving, I would say it would definitely be worth it. But I wouldn't charge you that either. For $9,997, you could do the year program with us, and then we'll actually help you and build your whole machine, teach you how to build the machine, provide you with the systems. But for the VIP, we're not going to do that either. The VIP pass, which includes attention during the training. So in this case, you know, I would work with you, which is also great because I could showcase your profile, work with you during the training, and you have 30 minutes after for Q&A and really get feedback and make sure you get this done. Would be $197 normally for the first, you'll be set up. I actually went over this 5-day training, small group. And as a bonus, actually, because what I would like to do is get results for people. So my team, my epic team, as you saw here, Geisel and Kara, will actually help you set up your LinkedIn event so that you're ready to launch it, start invitations, even guide you in setting up the invitations. So you don't have to do it yourself. We'll do it even for you.